Back everybody to Warlord of SBAS Torment Ties of Numenera, episode 32. Last time we went to some sort of techno dungeon type thing in the reef area. And we explored it and fought some, actually technically we didn't fight the robots, we let them attack us and then we ignored them to shut them down. So we didn't destroy the technology like she wanted. This time we're going to continue on from where they left off. But first, a couple of our people leveled up. First the main guy, so let's see. Only can increase step pool. 2 points. Let's go with intellect. Make our guy super smart. Because I use that a lot. Deal maker. Money. As a short range, getting inspired at all times. +5 evasion, +5 willpower. And all tasks. Actually, I like inspiring presence. Ooh, and abilities to learn. I must hit. Yeah, I hit a tier. Alright, that's what. Use ciphers. How many did 2? Intellect pool and +1 armor. Attack confers energy damage. Okay. Remove all negative fatales. That's nice. It is feel like +1 training level in lore machinery skill, +1 training level in lore mystical, training level in lore natural skill. I'd make mine 2 of these up. Thor machinery mystical all the way up to the top tier, and I'd get a training in lore natural skill too. I'm liking this one. Last deals physical damage to all enemies struck inside the race, even on a mass. Deals 1 damage for each level of effort applied. It's like fireball kind of adaptation. +1 protected, more armor, targeting eye. Gain 50% on esoteric attacks. And vulnerability. Well, I'm gonna get the lore because that's gonna be super useful. And I actually like this like grenade type thing. That's gonna be useful. I was also thinking about maybe some armor, but I think this is better for now. So yay, he's all leveled. And little girl leveled. Little girl, what'd you get? You don't really have that much for skills. Maybe I can get something. She's not our main stat user, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm giving her stat increase. Improve skill, maybe. Healing, or mystical perception. I can make her very perceptive. But she is our thief too. We're stealthy and backstab people. She is our squishiest character. Only have 1, huh? This is tough. I guess stealth. Just in case. It's only for battle, but it's a good thing to have anyway. That's everyone? Yep, we're good.
I see no world where we might take you, child. No, don't cry. I am trying to make you strong.
I'm not crying. This is disbelief.
It's a shame to hear such venom from one so young, dear.
But it's okay for old people like you.
Ooh, bird. Alright. So what missions were we have? Find copies of the ghostly woman. Bring back I probably won't do this because I don't care about slaves. Find the book. Tell Lord Bruno who the Stitches is hiding or find a way to help it escape. Star's latest victims. Oh, we found out who the spy is, so we should definitely tell. Or we talk to PQ. Did we already talk to PQ? That sounds like a name I already know. Alright. I know who your spy is. Rubbing his temple with gray stained fingers, the tall priest nods at you. Oh, it's this one. It's the ring. Who is that? Oh, it's this guy. It's the guy that's trying to make the cipher checker thing. I don't really want to tell him. Fuck him. He works for the Menvora. Let's kick his ass. Guess what I found out? I'm curious how Big Q is sitting in it right now. Oh, you know him? Good kid, really good kid. He hasn't let an hour to go by without exclaiming over something he's found in a book and insisting everyone to take a look. He gets a final look at PQ's direction. The good kid's going to do well here. That's good to hear. Lorraine has been spying on you for the Menvor. Surprise watches the gentle Martha Herman's face reveal the stone expression of a man who protects the priesthood from the plots of citizen governors. The head of the Order of Truth. He turns to address Lynn, but the younger man is already on his way over, stammering and trembling. I didn't have a choice, man, he says, his eyes ran just different. They said that they would kill me if I kept anything from them. Yeah, Min says. Well, good news. You're safe now because you'll never have access to the Order of Truth again. Pack your things, get out. How many secrets has he passed on to her? If only we knew. Should give him another chance. He's done enough damage to get him kicked out 100 times, man, growls. You don't know how many times our dig sites have been ransacked by the Menvor thugs because of him. How many artifacts have been lost forever? Points to Lynn at the door. Get out. With a soft wooden gas, Lynn obeys. Aw. Kinda want to help him. Oh well. Sucks. When the initiate is out of range, Min breathes a shuddering sigh and runs his hands through his dark hair. I hated that, he says. The kids deserve better. But I guarantee at least one of those priests who have gone missing on expedition isn't missing at all. Probably stripped of his robes and relics and buried in a shallow grave thanks to him. He may such as us. Any other questions or revelations for me today? Nope. Alright.
Fine.
Now we got him kicked out. Guess it's time to go to the underbelly. And use armor, change the damage type.
Of course.
Yay. Let's go to the underbelly. Metal rungs have been fastened to the side of the structure, extending into the darkness far below. I climb down. Alright. That looks interesting.
I'm ready.
What is this? Crippled foreman. Segments of this bisected construct's legs lie scattered around it. Someone has painstakingly altered these pieces, giving them small limbs and tiny metallic heads. Nevertheless, they aren't moving. A large construct, the large construct's trickles always flicker out of sync with each other as if they turn toward you. You feel a bubbling sensation in your mind. It must be the construct's surface thoughts, but they are too quick and alien for you to make any sense of them. Crippled foreman. I do not understand, it says. The voice emerging from the girl sounds around its eyes is soft, as though you were hearing it from far away. Don't they want to live? The viaducts are open. The commands are received, and yet its eyes flutter. Every time I give my children's life, they die. These tiny things are your children? Not anymore, it says. Now they're inanimate and lifeless. Their adaptive personalities have been lost. I do not understand why they are dying. I have given the subjects procreation a great deal of thought over the last century, and there are no errors in my calculations. My assistant Tarnish built my children's bodies to my precise specifications. Their intelligent reservoirs are shielded against permanent loss. His eyes look away from yours as if it is embarrassed. And I want them to live. That should be enough. Let me examine it. I'm actually really good at this. It does not protest, so you examine the motionless constructs on the ground in front of the foreman. From what you can understand of the technology here, the foreman is correct. These little constructs should be working, but they aren't. It may be possible that the flaw is not in them. You share the information with the foreman. I agree, it says, and I believe a new direction has presented itself.
Making a note.
My children need more energy to live, but my construction prevents me from transfers above a certain threshold, for a good reason. Its pupils rotate constantly. Energy transfers above a certain percentage would lead to a chain of ruptures in my intelligence rings. I would die. Its voice mesh clicks. Help me force myself to make this transfer, for I cannot do it myself. Click. Help me give my life to my children.
Making a note.
What it asks sounds difficult, she murmurs, tapping her chin. Difficult, but not impossible. The Order of Truth may be able to help us accomplish what it wants. Will you help me? The foreman says. The words are almost buried beneath a crackling surge of static. Yeah, I'll help you. Why not? Speak to Tarnish, my assistant. He may be able to help you understand how I function, if he is feeling well enough. Can I examine you? Yes, it says. Tarnish, open my preservative hatches and voidic shields, please. Elderly workman shuffles over and does as he asks. Oh my, Calista says. Oh my, Calista says beside you. I didn't claim to understand everything I'm seeing here, but you'll need an extra set of hands if you're planning to do what the poor creature wants. She smiles. I have hands to spare, of course. You've never seen technology like this. Wires pass through the glass tubes, threaded with pale light. Stars speckled darkness. You glance over to Tarnish. He's looking away, arms crossed as though unwilling to watch the stranger tinker with his master. Lord Natural. The tubes themselves have an oddly organic configuration that curve through several mysterious mysterious brush cases. Lower machinery. From what you can see, Foreman's trouble is not due to his physical body. Something must be wrong with his intelligence itself. The Foreman's mind. Why do you want children? Need, the construct says, not want. Pupils study a distant ceiling. When I was born, I began working in seconds. I did this until our creator shut down our bodies. And in the millennia since, I have focused on designing the infrastructure beneath the other Foreman's work and instructing workers on how to execute on those designs. Its pupils fall back to you. Eventually, I realized I was unhappy. From time to time, my workers brought their children to the manufactory, holding their small hands, explaining the mysteries of this place to them. Its pupils flicker off. It began as I thought. What would I teach my own children? To be curious, to explore, to ask foolish questions, to see the world above that what we three have never seen. Foreman's people reappear, and then I thought these things I saw, the shape of my children, outlined by daylight, they already existed. You seem very disappointed about the failure. Okay, that was extreme. I have been through 27 iterations of birth. With each attempt, more of my non-essential personalities and intelligence rings rupture. Foreman's eyes dim. I know that these small bodies are only bodies. 27 versions of my children have lived and died within them. Know that they lived long enough for me to understand their personalities and name them before they were lost. And suffering issues from the master around the Foreman's flickering eyes. Can you tell me about how you and the other Formers came to be like this? I will not, the Former says calmly. It is not an era I wish to revisit, speaking with the Master Foreman instead. Alright. So, Tarnish, talk to me about your robot master. The elderly man stares vacantly at a distant well, muttering under his breath. His hands flicker and flex in the air, twisting and tweaking as if he is repairing a machine only he can see. He jumps when you draw out in a breath to speak. Yes, what? He says, his eyes roll past you. Halt then return to focus on your face with some effort. Ain't you a quiet one? He says cheerfully. The other foreman makes more noise than you. We should have chimes from your ears to keep you from surprising people. What do you need? What's a foreman? Well, they are, he says, flapping his hand about the cavernous foundry. The constructs, they're frozen in their tracks, but they run this place together. What do you do here? I take care of my master, he says simply. The under foreman, there used to be more of us than he was made. There used to be more of us when he was making things, but when he lost interest in the master foreman, he jerks a yellow thumb at the construct in the center of the chamber. Hire them all. Offer them more. Turner spits on the ground. Happened a while back, but I don't forget a slight. He's a good foreman, maybe the best, if he didn't have the fool idea in his head. How do you feel about your master's school? It's a fine thing to want children, he says, blinking rapidly. Wish I'd had them myself, too. Like now, of course, no ladies knocking down my door. He cackles. Of course, when people have children, it doesn't come at the cost of their lives. Most of them on that life don't belong to a creature that older than older than ocean. It is a shame that in a ways, but he wants what he wants. He always has. Doesn't mean I won't miss him. What will I do if he goes? I know it's selfish, but how long did you work for the foreman? Couldn't say, he says, his brow furrows. On my first day, I'd already met my wife, but she was still married to, what's his name? With the fish hook tattoo, and I hadn't lost that finger on, and growing it back yet. So you lost a finger and grew it back? That's impressive. He peers at the ceiling, mouth working. 70 years, give or take. I should retire, but there'd be no one left to mind him if I left. Which what would I do with myself anyway? Why do you keep calling Master he? I worked for him a long time. I guess I stopped using him as a thing, seeing him as a thing, and more like a him. Charter stars. All of us have our little ways, even him. All right. So how can I give the foreman's life to his children?
Making a note.
Turner says, his eyes dart to yours, searching. His eyes, he says heavily. I know you're trying to be good, he says. So I'll tell you what I know, like he wants. But I wish you'd leave this alone. Claps your shoulder and speaking into your ear, lower whisper. He's right. That killing himself is the only way. His body ain't the problem. It's something in the way his makers made his mind and spirit keeps reclaiming the energy he gives the children. Maybe it ain't my place to keep him from what he wants. Damn waste though. Now releasing all that energy at once is possible, but it isn't easy. You might try talking to Warlord Troop before you get started. Might be that they have some extra tools that'll help you on your way. Alright. So I should go talk to the Order of Truth about how to get this robot.
Alright.
Yeah, I can get a robot party member. That'd be pretty cool. Wish I could have more party members though. They're all so interesting. I don't want to leave one out. Except for Whiny in the beginning. Fuck him. Alright.
Here I come.
Action. Here I come. Outside, so inflict. Flanking.
Alright.
Alright.
Here I go.
You're probably the most... You do machines, so you're probably the one who know. Talked about mechanical Numenera. The responsible answer is no, he says, but no one needs me to sign anything right now, so yes, I do. Alright. One of the foremen is trying to create offspring, and I was told the truth, Order of Truth could help. Not the master foreman, I hope, he says with a disbelieving laugh. One of him, it is more than enough. Sounds like something that would interest Nerf quite a bit, he says. And when you head back into the underbed, tell Master Artisan I said hello. Alright.
Sure.
That does make sense. Snarf is all about the breeding. Hey, sex guy. Visitates mechanical fingers race over the device before it, bending at bone-breaking angles to adjust and tweak the parts within. Welcome back, fellow sentient. May I assist you with something? One of the foremen is trying to transfer energy into his children, but they keep dying. Do you think you can help?
Updated my journal.
Absolutely, the visitant says. I must regretfully ask for a small payment of 50 shins to cover my expenses. However, I'm a guest here and not an in on priest. The city does not fund my research. Sure. It's only 50. Excellent, the visitor says. Now let me ask you a few questions about the situation. Do try to be accurate, or the device I craft will be less effective. First of all, as you know, this is an unusual case. Machine intelligence is rarely driven to create offspring. Why does the foreman wish to have children? He believes that the children already exist and are waiting to be born. Predestined existence, it says, according to your answer. An uncommon philosophy, but not unheard of. It also raises an interesting question about the reason for the intelligence infertility. Why can't it create offspring if it's so obviously wants them? On to the second question. The visitor says, has it had any success in transferring its energy to its children? How long does it take the children to expire? Almost immediately. Intriguing, he says, taking another note. Final question. How are the former's intelligence stored? Void arrays, shield ring coils, some other method? I do not know. It's not a coil. I don't think it's a void array either. Don't remember seeing either then. Probably some other methods. The formers are extremely old. Ah yes, the blessing and the curse of the Numenera, Snarf says. So unique and therefore so incredibly difficult to study properly. To classify them as they deserve. Takes a final note. I shall do my best regardless. At any rate, I'll get to work. This should not take long.
Making a note.
Here you are, Snarf says, lying a heavy cut cylinder on the table with a magnetic clink. In short, there is nothing wrong with the former's body, and it wants to have children. Therefore, something in the child's governing spirits, the self-intelligence, if you will, must be blocking the energy transfer. Visiting past the cylinder, attaching this device to the former should disable the sub-intelligence defenses. Good luck. Alright, cool.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Let us go. Make babies. This announcement. Alright.
I'm going.
Yes, climb down.
Trust and honesty are our bonds.
Nah, not really. See if he said anything about the device. Nope.
On it.
The former's flickering eyes focus on you as he probes, and indeterminate and buzzing fills the air. Feel the air thicken and settling around you, as though the invisible fingers are prodding at your belongings. Yeah, you have brought a device from the Order of Truth, the former says at last. What is its purpose? It should bypass the part of you that is preventing you from creating offspring. Very well, the contract says. I'm ready. That's not true. He wants children, and he can take care of the children. So, alright. Use the protective surge turbine to transfer the former's life to its children. Pretty much a guarantee. Sure.
I'll remember that.
The turbine hums into life. The fans within the whirl, singing a high, trembling note. The cold energy pours through the air like blood from a wound. floating into the motionless children. One by one, the tiny eyes flicker into life. One by one, the foreman's eyes go out. The voice mesh rattles as if it's going to speak. Go, the construct's crooks explore the full side, and the children watch the death of the parent with the wide glowing eyes. He'd want me to thank you, the old man says hoarsely. Well, but I ain't, him all of 10 minutes. Know him my entire life. I have, and you came to took him from me. Without a look from him, Master Children turns sits off into the dark. Couple form. Some of the little constructs wander in circles, chirping by themselves. One of them is already making for the exit, and one is them motionless, stillborn. Alright, I can just take them as user cipher, or I can take the dead one. Take the others go free and leave the dead one. I'll take the dead one. Let the others go free. You carefully pick up the stillborn construct, cradling it. The rest of the foreman's children chase each other for a few moments longer before following the one heading for the exit. Oh, how lovely. I do hope no one steps on them. Olgarn. He grunts. That was a good thing you did, kid. Okay, I don't know why I had to go all the way down there. Elgorn's not even on my team. Where the hell can he... Okay. Whatever. So... this inert little figure of metal and synth was cobbled together with some parts of the crippled foreman, making one of the construct children. With your help, the foreman transferred some of the energy into the little creature, but for some reason it never came to life. There might be a way to turn that on that I do not know. Oh, we'll find out later. Well, after giving birth, I'll end this episode here, so until next time, remember, brace the chaos so you'll go mad. Bye.